This morning we're gonna head up and start a project doing some cleanup. There was a house fire, the house burned down, and we're gonna get in there and see if we can get her cleaned up and excavate it out and get it ready for new footings and foundation. Come on, tough guy.
Yeah, this wheel will be able to get you out. It's just wheels. Where do you work at? Oh, you're the piano people. Yeah, look at that. I screwed that up too. Nothing?
Here, jump on it.
You're bigger, you jump.
I'll jump.
Joe Dirt signing off. Hey Josh,
Hey,
what just happened there?
Helping little old ladies everywhere we go.
I wonder if some of your viewers realize that you're part superhero.
I don't want to share. Yeah, I got to save something for later on.
Yeah. You just saved that lady's life. Good job, Josh.
I'm not sure about that, but I'll take the credit. Never know what you're gonna find out in the backwoods. Joe, you excited about this?
Me?
Yes.
Joe Dirt couldn't be happier.
No, today it's Joe Dirt. So when we move dirt, it's Joe Dirt. When we move snow, it's Joe Snow.
Joe off grid.
Joe off grid.
Hey, did you hear about that space peanut that hit the coast
Oh
over
my
by
gosh.
Alaska?
Today we're going to start cleaning up this house that burned down. And I've got Mr. Joe off grid. He's running the skid loader, and we're going to see if we can haul all this metal out, and it'll end up going down and getting recycled. We're going to pull that what's left of the deck off the back of the house. We're going to tear it down and then work on pulling out some of the old concrete foundation piers and footings out and see if we can't get this place cleaned up and start working towards getting it ready for footings and foundation and getting it rebuilt. I don't know if you can see back here behind me, but we've got all the parts of the house. I can see we've got the oven. We're going to try and crunch this stuff up, set it to the side, and then recycle it at some point. Get it down to the local scrapyard and get it turned in. It's much better than trying to fill up a landfill. It's been absolutely tragic what happened to this place and to these folks that own it. But I'm really excited for them about getting a new home built this coming year, and the property here is absolutely beautiful. And with a brand new house here, this is going to be heaven on earth. One of the tough parts of tearing into an existing home or demolishing an existing home is disconnecting whatever utilities may have been tied in, whether that be the septic system here or a propane tank or a water line that came from the well. We've tried to cap the water line here, but it looks like it's not doing too good. So as we dig into this place and tear it down more, tear it apart, I'll have to watch out for this water line. You can see laying on the ground here is this yellow pipe, and that's actually the line that goes up to the propane tank. And I'll hold up the end here. You can see where the pipe absolutely melted in the fire. I don't know if that's going to focus or not. So the first thing they did after discovering the house on fire was run to the propane tank and shut it off. Something to consider as you're building your house in the mountains or your rural, whatever it may be, off-grid retreat, country house, whatever it is keeping your propane tank away from the home, and also but counterbalancing that with keeping access to it so you can get to it quickly and get it shut off. I think it would be best to put some kind of a covered shed over your propane tank, because in the middle of winter, if you've got 3 foot of snow or 5 foot of snow or whatever it might be, if you can't get to that propane tank and get that gas shut off, whether it's you shutting it off or if it's the rural fire department showing up and them shutting it off, having access to getting it turned off quickly without having to shovel snow or look for the tank could be the difference between half the house burning down and the entire house burning down. I think the thing that I enjoy most about building in rural environments is the challenges that come along with it. It's not the cookie cutter stuff that you find in most cities. Every location has so many unique characteristics, and there's so many issues and problems to solve that it keeps the build job, the construction process very interesting. I find it interesting that this deck is all pressure treated, and you can see that even though right up at those edges, right up to the next to the house, this deck didn't really burn with that pressure treated lumber. I mean, it's certainly charred and burned a little, but every bit of lumber on this project that's not pressure treated is burned up and gone, and the stuff that is pressure treated is still relatively intact. Might have to look that up and see if there is a burn rate is different on pressure treated lumber as opposed to lumber that hasn't been treated.
get burning. Let's get all this shit burning since the time we're here.
Hey Joe, will you tell all the folks at home about your economical, reusable, recycling?
Now, if you're a highly trained scout, you're allowed to do this.
Right.
That's like over Eagle Badge. It's time to have a little fireside chat. But somebody's making too much noise. That would be an untrained professional. We wanted it to come this way!
I'll just pick it up and move it over.
Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. Watch, he'll edit that out. You bet. Hey, just for the record, snow doesn't burn very good.
Duly noted.
Okay?
In an effort to save some money, we're going to recycle all this metal. Part of the issue is to speed things up and move things along to try to beat a snowstorm. We're going to set all the metal aside and then haul it all at once after we've had a chance to smash it up and make it as small as possible to minimize the numbers of trips that we'd have to take to. The truth of the matter is, with the price of steel where it's at these days, I'm not even sure that this is worth messing with. We probably should have just hauled it to the So before I get 10,000 comments about building in the winter and why not wait till summer and it's going to take you twice as long in the winter, let me explain what's motivating the push to get this done in the snow and cold. The issue is this: we get a mud season around here where in these backcountry roads they won't allow semi trucks or concrete trucks or any kind of heavy trucks out on the roads during the mud season, which is going to kill us for 6 or 8 weeks possibly on this project. So with that said, instead of waiting through April and May for the roads to open up, the plan is to get this cleaned up, and while the roads are frozen and still passable, we'll be able to get the semi trucks with the lumber in here. We'll be able to get the concrete trucks in here, and we'll move the project forward. And that way, all the heavy trucks are done. We can do our framing and construction through the mud season, and then it'll be summertime, and we'll for sure be able to wrap this project up and get the owners moved in by the time Thanksgiving or sometime in the fall. Sometime between Halloween and Thanksgiving, we'll be able to get them in and comfortable before the snow starts. I had a few extra pieces of this Hardie board concrete siding, and so I threw a couple of them on the fire here. I just wanted to do my own little test of just how flammable are they. And as you can see, they're not burning at all. If you put on a metal roof and put on Hardie backer around your house, you would be well protected from fire. I'm really impressed with this Hardie board. You can see that it's cracking from the heat, but it's not catching on fire. I hate working with this stuff. It's a nightmare to cut. It's brittle. You got to pre-drill. We had to cut everything when we did it with a diamond blade, but you can see that putting it up as siding on your house, you will be well protected from any kind of fire danger. Looks like it's going to snow tonight, and we'll be back at it tomorrow trying to clean up, separate the metal from the trash, and may have to start with some snow removal. But we got a bunch done, and it was a good day. We'll have to see how much snow we get tonight.
What'd you get yourself into?
Well, what do you think after first day of cleaning up?
You know what? Getting started is always the hardest part. Sometimes when you got to work through debris, you got to sift it, pick it, especially metal and wood, you're trying to separate it. It's a little aggravating, but having the right equipment and somebody with a good attitude sure makes a difference.
Yeah, that went pretty smooth. I can't believe how much metal is in this place. I wouldn't, if somebody said, hey, there's 6 loads of metal in that house, I'd be like,
Daggum metal roofing.
yeah.
It doesn't fold up easy either.
No.
It doesn't cooperate. Heat tempered.
Well, should we pack it up?
Yep, let's pack it up, go home, see the kids and family, and start all over again tomorrow.